Coming up on Cedar Valley today, we have a look at a change in outfly tradition.
Wartburg students reflect on the devastation in Puerto Rico.
And Bill Withers, a professor here at Wartburg, will be speaking at the Hope Leadership Conference. This is Cedar Valley Today. Hello and welcome to Cedar Valley Today. I'm Alyssa Edwards.
And I'm Sam Sides. Due to a huge amount of bookings over the next few months, Wolf Creek Tattoos in Waverly has announced that they will not be offering discounted tattoos on Outfly this year.
CVTV's Robbie Newell caught up with a few students and got their thoughts on the change.
Hi, my name is Elliot Kuchera and I'm a music education major.
I'm Mackenzie Kilman and I am a communications major.
My name is Katie Kreis, and I am a journalism communication major.
Okay. And have you heard the news that Wolf Creek Tattoos is not going to be continuing with their Outfly tattoo sale?
I did not hear that they weren't doing the Outfly tattoos anymore. It was kind of a shock to me actually, because it's actually a long-standing tradition, and a lot of people were excited about it.
It's kind of concerning, considering that's been a long-standing tradition for Outfly.
What is your reaction just in hearing this news then?
Shock and awe.
And I'm kind of worried because I've heard so many people already planning on going out that day, and that's not only a big commitment to them, time-wise, but also monetarily.
It upsets me because it is such a tradition that the students just have.
It's just kind of another fun aspect of Outfly, so it'll be definitely a change in tradition and what students do on that day.
Any other thoughts about this tradition being gone for the year?
I think that the tradition's going to live on. It's Wartburg. We power through a lot of things. Even in the face of adversity and having to spend a little bit more money, we try to keep our traditions alive as best we can. I don't think the student body is going to let that go so easily. They're going to do what they need to get it done.
To compensate for not having any discounts the day of, Wolf Creek will be giving out coupons for discounts down the road instead. Just walk in on Outfly and ask.
A 17-member delegation from Waverly's sister city of Eisenach, Germany came to visit Wartburg College yesterday. They're in town in celebration of the 500th anniversary of the Protestant Reformation, as well as the 25th year of the Waverly-Eisenach Sister City organization. The member delegation took a tour of campus and had the chance to enjoy things that are everyday things in America. The college was certainly pleased to have the members here.
Two students at Wartburg College come from Puerto Rico. After the impacts of Hurricane Maria, these two students reflected on how they impact their families and communities. Josh Voigt has more.
Over 2 weeks ago, Hurricane Maria made landfall on the United States territory of Puerto Rico. The damage to the island was massive, with the entire electrical grid going down. Two Wartburg students, Alexis Escaro and Sulibeth Velez, are from Puerto Rico and say that their families and communities are safe.
In my hometown, it mainly was flooding. That's what mainly happened. There was no death, so that was good. My family split into two, so I have another family living in a different city. They lost more houses. The flooding was less, but the destruction was more.
Part of the issue for Velez's family is that they live in a remote country area, which makes transporting resources to them difficult. She said that lots of people who live in the lesser built-up areas of Puerto Rico are having the same issues.
It's really hard for them to get any aid because of the location that they're at, and that's what's been happening in a lot of other towns and cities in Puerto Rico. They can't get the aid as fast as other cities just because of the location that they're at.
Providing aid for the island has been difficult, even at a federal level. The two Wartburg students from Puerto Rico both felt that the response has been good, but that it could be better, like the response was to Haiti.
That was a movement that required everybody. The song "We Are the World" came out for that tragedy, and people, like I could see people come together. But it's interesting how Puerto Rico is a part of the U.S. and you don't see that same unity.
The two Puerto Ricans urge people who want to donate to make sure they go through the right channels so that the donations get used properly. Reporting for Cedar Valley Today, I'm Josh Voigt.
They both encourage people to look for individuals who have started charities, as those seem to reach the country areas more. Now we go to Sam with the 4-day weather forecast. Sam?
Well, it's looking kind of dreary going into homecoming weekend. Not exactly ideal weather for the events going on, but just take a look here. 57 degrees today. It's going to be nice and cloudy. Not really much chance of precipitation. The sun's going to peak out a little bit more tomorrow, and it's going to jump up about 10 degrees with the high of 67. But Friday, Saturday, these are the big days to look out for, especially for homecoming. Stay in that upper to mid 60s range going through, but there is a chance of thunderstorms both Friday and Saturday. So just prepare for that going into the festivities.
Bill Withers, a local professor at Wartburg, will be speaking in the Hope Leadership Conference this Friday. Cedar Valley Today's Ryan Riedenacker has more.
Bill Withers is a well-known professor around the communications department at Wartburg College, but he's more than just that. For several years, he has spoken at different faith and leadership conferences around the state. But according to Bill, the Hope Leadership Conference coming up on Friday means much more.
This particular leadership summit was kind of on a bucket list for me. They've been doing this for a couple of years. The governor's going to be speaking there. The attorney general's going to be speaking. There's some really interesting people from all across the region that were invited. I was honored, just actually very flattered to be invited to this one. So
he will be giving a keynote and leading a workshop at the Hope Leadership Conference in West Des Moines. For Bill, what he gains from the conference is much more important than speaking.
It's an honor for me to represent the college, and it's an honor for me to represent my students, and then to bring whatever I learned back to the classroom. You can't put a price tag on that.
He speaks at more than just big conferences, however, as he also tries his best to take the time to participate in smaller local venues and conferences around the state. Bill values giving back to his community and helping it grow. Reporting for Cedar Valley Today, I'm Ryan Riedenacker.
The Hope Leadership Conference, once again, will be held Friday in West Des Moines. It is an opportunity for ministry leaders, pastors, staff, and volunteers to learn together through large group presentations, workshops, and roundtable discussions.
Several Wartburg choir students witnessed a little boy get shot by a stray bullet from a gun shooting club near the Apples on the Avenue Orchard on Saturday, October 8th. Annika Krieg was one of the students to witness this event. Krieg said in a Facebook post later that day, quote, "This experience has made me view life in a completely different perspective, and I am now feeling more grateful for every single person God has blessed me with," end quote. She also asked family and friends to pray for the little boy's healing, strength, and positive mentality. The boy's condition has been stabilized, according to the orchard's owner, Darren Enterson. The orchard has been there for nearly 40 years and has never seen a stray bullet come through their grounds. The shooting range is about a mile away from the apple orchard and has been closed until further notice to investigate.
A barber from Waterloo comes to Wartburg to give special haircuts. William Burt is a barber at Gray's Barbershop in Waterloo. He has come to Wartburg as he has talent with working with African Americans' hair for a long time. He's been cutting hair since he was a child on his brothers and sisters' hair. He is set up in the Knights Village Lounge, taking haircuts and working hard. And McDonald's is trying out a new item. We'll have more about it after the break.
Every time I hear the alarm bell go off in school, I think it's an air raid.
A lot of houses in our neighborhood have been destroyed. I like to close my ears and sing songs whenever the bombs come close.
I'm worried our new neighbors won't like us.
But I know it's all gonna be worth it. I just want my family to be safe. But these are not my words.
These are not my words.
These are not my words. Calls me googly eyes.
You know you're beautiful, right? You know that?
Even you are beautiful. I
I got bullied for wearing glasses. Share if you're against bullying.
We put it out there, just took off. 3 million people have shared this post. Don't let bullies get you down. I stand with you. Our whole family's wearing glasses. I wear glasses and I'm proud.
I even have the army on my team.
All the kind comments brought my child joy. I don't feel thank you is enough.
Next.
McDonald's has a new item coming out for vegans. McDonald's is introducing the McVegan burger, in Finland anyway. In a trial run, the chain is offering a meatless soy patty on a quarter-pounder bun in 5 restaurants throughout the city of Tampere. The burger includes a vegan McFeast sauce, ketchup, mustard, fresh tomato, lettuce, onion, and pickle slices. McDonald's says customer feedback will determine whether the McVegan burger goes forward.
The next new Pizza Hut pizza that arrives at your door should be hotter, up to 15 degrees hotter. That's the promise the chain made on Tuesday when it announced a brand new delivery system that will keep its pizza piping hot in transit. How? With a punch made of high-tech insulation and a re-engineered pizza box. Why? A Pizza Hut spokesman says that more than anything else, consumers want a hot pizza. The company said it has spent more than 2 years examining the delivery ecosystem, including the pizza box pouch, and delivery from the locations.
Oreo is offering a sweet prize for a lucky guess. Anyone who can figure out Oreo's limited edition mystery flavor could be eligible for a chance to win $50,000. Those who guess the correct flavor through November 30th will be considered for the grand prize. 5 $10,000 prizes are also being offered. You're only allowed one guess each day during the sweepstakes period. Visit OreoMystery.com for more details.
Wildfires burn all over in California. From Florida to Washington State, the U.S. has endured one of the worst fire seasons in recent memory this summer. Right now, more than a dozen wildfires are burning in California alone. CNN's Kim Hutcherson has information on the dangers of smoke inhalation in today's Health Minute.
When wildfires threaten, it's not just flames that can damage people's health. The smoke can also put people at risk. Smoke from wildfires combines various gases with fine particulates that come from burning matter, trees, plants, and anything else in the fire's path, like building materials. If there's a lot of smoke in the atmosphere, it can make anyone, even healthy people, sick. Breathing it in can affect you immediately. It can impact your respiratory system and your eyes, elevate your heartbeat, even trigger headaches and chest pain. And if you have asthma or chronic heart and lung diseases, smoke from wildfires can make them worse. Children and the elderly are also at special risk. If there are wildfires near you, keep the air inside as clean as possible by keeping windows and doors shut and the fresh air intake on your air conditioner closed. If there are people with risk factors in your home, consider investing in an indoor air filter. And be sure to pay attention to air quality and visibility reports. Heed any advisories from local safety officials and don't delay if you're told to evacuate. For today's Health Minute, I'm Kim Hutcherson.
The federal government is offering assistance to the California state officials in what could be a prolonged operation. CNN's Oscar Jimenez has the latest from Santa Rosa, California.
As Northern California continues to battle raging and deadly wildfires, officials are hoping better weather conditions could help.
The winds died down last night, Humidity came back up, so that's good for us. We don't know what the winds are going to do today yet, and that's going to be an area of concern for us.
More than a dozen fires throughout the region have forced thousands to flee under eerie orange skies. The largest fires in Napa, Sonoma, and Mendocino counties have left homes, businesses, and wineries in ruins.
Came burning, all the embers just came this way, wind, and it just happened so fast. You just had time just to run away with nothing.
With tens of thousands of acres ablaze, it could be several days before the fires are contained. More than 91,000 people are without power. Vice President Mike Pence met with Sacramento County officials Tuesday and announced the White House has approved a disaster declaration for California to assist in the response.
We are with you, our prayers are with you, and we will be with you every day until we put the fires out and stand with these families to rebuild these communities.
But getting the fires under control is just the first step on a long road to recovery.
People want to get back in. However, it's not safe to do that until we can secure the utilities, the gas lines, ensure the trees aren't going to fall down on top of someone. It is not as easy as one would hope to ensure that safety.
In Santa Rosa, California, I'm Omar Jimenez.
When we come back, we look at what's trending in the Cedar Valley.
Take a look under your bed. Find stuff under there? What about jobs? No? Now try your closet. Still no jobs? Just more stuff? Well, you really have both. See, stuff is defined as household articles considered as a group. Sometimes this stuff is no longer needed. Wait, no longer needed? That can't be right. Because remember those jobs you were looking for? Those are really needed. And they're the stuff inside your stuff. Our job is to unlock those jobs. And it starts when you donate your stuff to your local Goodwill. Here's how we do it. When you donate to Goodwill, we sell your stuff to provide job training for people right here in your community. So just by teaming up with Goodwill, you help create jobs. And isn't that worth parting with the leftover keytar from your 80s cover band? Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs.
Start a story. Adopt at theshelterpetproject.org.
Here's what's trending in the Cedar Valley. Well, it's that time of year again. The Waverly Public Library will be hosting a haunted house this Friday night. It starts at 9 p.m. and goes until 10 p.m. and is open to anyone from 5th grade to seniors in high school all the way up to senior citizens. Admission is free, so be sure to check it out. The Cedar Falls Public Library will be hosting a Star Wars Trivia Night as well. Test your fandom knowledge for LitCom 2017. Teams can be comprised of 5 people or less. Geek-tastic prizes will be awarded and the event is open to the public. It starts at 6 p.m. Children 12 and under must be accompanied by an adult and no registration is required. The Wartburg women's golf team came away with it all this past Saturday, winning the Iowa Conference Team Championship. Junior Brooke Klosterman broke the individual conference championship record with a score of 296 through 72 holes, winning the championship easily and solidifying herself as conference MVP. Greg Bosterman was also named the Iowa Conference Coach of the Year. The Cedar Falls Food Co-op are in need of some extra help. As they are entering their next phase of development, they are looking for a variety of volunteers, from graphic designing, event planning, and working on spreadsheets. The Food Co-op is an organization that centers around providing health food to the public. If you would like to donate your time, visit the cedarfallsfood.coop. And now we look to Sam with the weather. Sam, how's the weather?
Well, today, as we mentioned, it was a little chillier. We'll go through the hourly forecast. Starting off 9 a.m., it's coming up here shortly. It's going to be about a high of 47, but it's going to feel like 44 degrees. Going up to the noon hour, it's going to jump up into the 50s, the low 50s. It's going to feel more like 50 just generally, and it's going to be pretty much cloudy all day long. Going on to 3 and 6 and 9 p.m., those clouds are going to stick around for a while. It's going to stay up into that 50 to 55 range. In the 7-day forecast, we talked about today through Saturday a little bit. Going on after that, we had some chances for thunderstorms. As we mentioned, sticking around in the 60s, at least through the weekend. It's going to get a little bit chillier on Sunday, and the wind is going to pick up a little bit, around 55 degrees. And then the sun's going to peek back out Monday, Tuesday, going to stick around into the mid to upper 60s. So just be prepared for some rainy weather over the weekend. When we come back, we have a special interview for you. Stick around.
And now joining us today is Derek and Taylor from The Bachelor in Paradise. Thank you guys for joining us this morning.
It's great to be here.
Yeah. So, Derek, as an alumni of Wartburg College, how does it feel to be back on campus?
Well, my dad is the basketball coach, so I try to come back here and watch some of the games, every so often. But I showed Taylor around a little bit, and it was good to reminisce and tell some fun stories. So it's always good to be back.
And I bet some things are different. We just had Clinton Hall renovated.
That's what I hear. Yeah, I need to go check that out.
Yeah. And then you guys are probably going to get some cool cookies later, right?
We have to. Yes. And we almost got some scones in the Kinderite.
Yeah, almost did. Oh, well, those are a must-have for breakfast, gosh. So, Taylor, how does it feel to be in Waverly? You haven't been here until you met Derek, so what do you think of the little town?
Yeah, I mean, I really like it. I have some family that's in Iowa, but they're in more of a farm town that's super, super small, so Waverly has been a super nice community to come back to, and just feels very homey, and, I mean, I live in Seattle and, the city, but I love coming back here, and it just feels very homey, and family time is really nice, and I like it.
Good. Well, I'm glad you guys are enjoying the stay here. So then, what made both of you guys decide to join The Bachelor in Paradise?
So I took the first year off. I told him no at first, and then it's actually hard after being involved with something like that to kind of trust people to date, because a lot of people are there's a lot of attention that you get from being involved in The Bachelorette or The Bachelor, and you don't know if they're actually interested in you or if they're just like talking to you because we're on a show. So, you know, other people in our world kind of get it because we've all been through it, and so that's why I did it. You know, I was like, well, let's give it a shot.
I was just
didn't
like, it
expect
can't
to
be
be
worse.
engaged.
Yeah, didn't expect that. For me, I was just like, it couldn't be worse than the first time around, so
That's true, yeah.
should give it a shot, because you never know what could happen.
She did not have a good first time.
Yeah.
Well, look at you guys now. And so, do we have a wedding date planned?
No wedding day.
Never. No, I'm just kidding. No, right now we're just like focusing on, we've done so much on other people's timelines because of he's been like, you know, television focused. And so, you know, we're looking to move to New York here in the future, and we're just kind of like taking steps as they come and trying to live like normal people life a little bit.
Yeah. I'd like to like date him for like years before we get married, you know, like live with each other, like, you know, more before we get married.
Oh, very exciting. So what are you guys going to be doing in New York then?
So I have been in the banking world for a while now, and just took like the last year off, and I've been flipping houses, and I had a really great opportunity up there, so I'm going back into the commercial banking world. I'm going to run the deposit fulfillment for a New York bank, so should be an exciting thing.
Very exciting. And Taylor, any plans for you?
So I'm going to hopefully be helping him move out there and potentially moving in with him. But right now I'm focused on starting a podcast of my own with a friend of mine in Seattle and having some guests on it and everything. So hopefully in the next few weeks here that'll be out and about, and I'll be working on that.
Taylor's a mental health counselor, and so it's like very focused on just spreading awareness and like not making it something that people are afraid to talk about.
Well, awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for coming into our show today.
Of course.
And we'd like to also thank Eckers for donating the flowers.
Look at the roses.
Yeah.
We walked past Eckers yesterday, and Taylor was like, "Oh, that's so cute."
Well, we'll be right back after the break.
Every time I hear the alarm bell go off in school, I think it's an air raid.
A lot of houses in our neighborhood have been destroyed. I like to close my ears and sing songs whenever the bombs come close.
I'm worried our new neighbors won't like us.
But I know it's all gonna be worth it. I just want my family to be safe. But these are not my words.
These are not my words.
These are not my words. Calls me googly eyes.
You know you're beautiful, right? You know that?
Even you're beautiful. I got bullied for wearing glasses. Share if you're against bullying.
We put it out there, just took off. 3 million people have shared this post. Don't let bullies get you down. I stand with you. Our whole family's wearing glasses. I wear glasses and I'm proud.
I even have the army on my team.
All the kind comments brought my child joy. I don't feel thank you is enough.
That's
In South Dakota, we meet a dog with the world's longest tongue. Jeremy Roth has more.
Most dogs wag their tails. This one wags her tongue, and I mean wags. Meet Mochi. She's the Guinness World Record holder for the dog with the longest tongue. The South Dakota St. Bernard's tongue was officially measured at 7.3 inches in length. Mochi was rescued by owners Carla and Craig Rickert when she was just 2 years old, and now she'll star in Guinness's upcoming Amazing Animals book. So while other dogs may do tricks, when it comes to tongue wagging, Mochi's got the competition licked.
There's something really adorable about that.
Oh yes, for sure.
Thank you for watching Cedar Valley Today.
Like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter for more Cedar Valley Today content. Have a great day, Cedar Valley.